Good morning. George is back from his vacation, so we're going to get back to work on his instrument. One of the things we're going to have to do is back up a little bit because we forgot to put the felt covers on the little dual lollies under the keys, so we're going to go backwards a little bit, but that's all right. We'll do that and probably work on the stop action today. It will be a hole. There is a hole in the bottom that will communicate with the chest, such that when you operate the valve here by means of the stop action, air will go in. Inside of this is a Pelton wheel, and it will rotate. And when you pull the stop back off again, it covers that hole, and so it stops. Marvelously simple. Inside this box is a little picture, if you can get close up, and shows basically how it is. Some wooden vanes. And it actually is just a Pelton wheel. Works on air. The first fan tremolet was on Estes with what they called a 3-pedal Estes. In addition to the 2 treadles, there was another one you could shift your foot over and work it. It wound up a spring, and then a clockwork mechanism made this thing go. Well, that was, of course, far too difficult to build and so forth. So very few of them were actually made. Some bright fellow came up with the idea of this thing. And the early ones were massive, and as they went through the years, they got cheaper and cheaper. And actually had some that had cardboard ends, but for what they are, they run and last forever. Well, today we got a lot of things done. We got the action back in its case. I'll screw it down, ready to go, and tomorrow, well, next week, we will rebuild the stop action which goes here, and we will install the tremolo fan, and there's every reason to think that it'll be done next week. Good morning. Today we are going to do the last major step on this organ by dismantling this device entirely, cleaning it, refelting it, and putting it back together. That should take no more than today. It may take a little longer, but it's one of those jobs you have to just keep your wits about you. So if on a Monday George doesn't feel like he has his wits, then we may have to do something else. So today we have dismantled the stop action completely. Cleaned everything, and it's ready to go back together tomorrow. We're letting it dry overnight so that we can clean out these holes a little bit and put in new felt. And that'll look nice and pretty. And then it'll all go back together. Then it'll go into the organ, get hooked up, and the organ will work. Good morning to the strains of Edward Hollow. We are finishing up this stop action. It has been taken completely apart and put back together, hopefully correctly, and it is ready to go back into the case of the organ. It'll be hooked up, and when it's hooked up, we'll be able to play the organ. That will remain. The only thing left then is the few things to do with the case and install the tremolo action, which is a new one because for some reason this one got lost. So today we put the stop action back into the organ. We hooked it up. We made it play. There's a few minor problems which we'll deal with in the fullness of time, but it sounds pretty good. It's nice and tight, and the tuning very good. And then we provided some new silks, as they are called, though they're not silk, for the opening in front and for the wherever it is, the key slip that goes underneath the key. And that's way over there. And we've got a little bit of staining we might do, and we've got a little bit of repair to do for the top where this piece fell off. We'll glue that on tomorrow. Well, we should be very close to being done. So today we assembled everything, and we had that done yesterday, but we found a few little problems. A couple of keys that interfered with each other, a couple of notes we weren't playing, and one mute that would not quite close. So we took it basically apart again, down to this level, fixed the mute, and put it back together again. Today we have done all that, and we've stained a few things and gotten everything ready. So Monday we will be able to put the tremolo in, and we'll be able to hear it play properly. Sounds great. Well, we're all done. We put the tremolo in, hooked up the mechanism to operate it. It works. We reassembled all the parts of the case, put it all back together, did a little staining and waxing and improving on it, and I think it looks terrific. So all it's got to do is get it from here to home, and it's ready to play for another 100 years.